Good Monday evening, Southeast Texas. Welcome to 12 News Plus. Weather impact alert for tomorrow because of the potential for wildfires across Southeast Texas. Beautiful sunset this evening, but as the lights go down or lights go off, we are going to see some cold temperatures coming up tomorrow morning. Should be the coldest over the next 7 days. This view of Port Arthur, courtesy of Market Basket, part of the Roofing 911 Skycam network. Yes, with the warmer weather, here comes your allergy report with high tree pollen. Oak and cedar, a big issue today across Southeast Texas. Grass pollen back up to moderate levels and mold at low levels across the area. Weather headlines: cold night across Southeast Texas. Could see some upper 20s to around 30 in the lakes, mid to upper 30s here in the Triangle. Then it's going to be windy coming up Tuesday and Wednesday ahead of Thursday's cold front. This is a wimpy cold front, and we'll see very little cooling, and unfortunately it does not look like it's going to bring us any significant rainfall. Good looking weekend though, with cool mornings and pleasantly warm afternoons with dry weather persisting. So here's what we're going with. I think we could get into the upper 20s, maybe not 27, but a 28, 29 in Woodville possible, about 30 Woodville and Jasper, and into the mid to upper 30s here in the Triangle. Now, I think pipes are going to be fine. It's plants and pets that you'll want to take care of. But otherwise, we have issued a weather impact alert for wildfire danger. Now, this is not something we hear a lot of across our area, but between 9 a.m. tomorrow and 6 p.m. tomorrow night, we will have an elevated risk of wildfire danger because of low humidity, dry fuels, vegetation, brush, and grasses, and it'll be windy coming up tomorrow. So do what you can to lower the risk of the generation of wildfires by doing the weed eating and also the brush hogging and also the using their chainsaw earlier in the morning. Probably not going to be as much of a threat here in the cities, but there could be some grass fires if somebody flips a cigarette out of their window. High wildfire danger across Southeast Texas, and this means if a fire starts, it's going to spread rapidly because of the very dry vegetation. You can see that's a level 2 in through Newton County and Orange County, a level 3 severe drought from Jasper, Tyler, Hardin, parts of Jefferson, and even extreme level 4 drought conditions now showing up over towards Liberty. So the grasses, the brushes, that's all dry. So you've got fuel for fires to generate. So with the low humidity, that just exacerbates the danger for wildfires across the area tomorrow. And with the winds, if a fire starts, it's going to spread rapidly because we've got wind gusts 25, maybe closer to 30 in spots across Southeast Texas. Otherwise, the reason for the winds over the next couple days is that we've got, in meteorological jargon, a tight pressure gradient. And what that means is that low pressure over West Texas, high pressure over towards the Florida Panhandle. We've got a stacked pressure gradient. In other words, look at all these white lines within this circle. They're close. The low pressure is close to the high pressure, and so that increases the winds. If you think about, if you've seen what a hurricane looks like in this situation, you've got a lot of isobars that are stacked close together, and that elevates the wind. So no, we don't expect hurricane force winds tomorrow. But what I'm saying is that look at how close those isobars are in close proximity to each other. So that will elevate the winds coming up tomorrow because of the pressure change between that high over towards the Florida Panhandle and low pressure over the Texas Panhandle. So other than that, it looks like above normal high temperatures after tomorrow are going to be a thing of anywhere between 6 to 10 degrees and more like 10 degrees Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, into Monday. So well above normal high temperatures after tomorrow across the area. As far as rainfall, we don't expect much. We may not get anything over the next 7 days. That's what the latest Euro shows. Very little, if anything. So that's not even enough to dampen the dust. As you can see, some high clouds out there. We'll call it mostly clear. Temperatures are already down to 50 in the lakes, and high pressure is in charge of our area's weather. So with that dry air, clear skies, temperatures are going to cool off pretty nicely across the Lone Star State. And the epic, historical nor'easter moving away from Rhode Island, but I believe Plymouth picked up 3 feet of snow. I believe this beats the 1888 Great Blizzard. So what you have seen here is a historical nor'easter moving through New England. Otherwise, back home we go, and tonight looking at clear to mostly clear skies. As I said, upper 20s to lower 30s in the lakes and into the mid to upper 30s triangle. So dress your kids accordingly. They'll need sunshades in the afternoon because we expect a lot of sun. Highs will be in the mid to upper 60s. On the Gulf, looking at slightly choppy seas around 2 to 3 feet tomorrow in southeast Texas. Southeast winds at 5 to 10 knots early will increase from the south at 15 to 20 knots in the afternoon. As I said, slightly choppy seas around 2 to 3 feet. Water temperature 66 degrees. And those winds at Texas Point are certainly coming down, nowhere near what we saw yesterday at this time. Only one high tide tomorrow at 11:12 a.m. at Sabine Pass. So our forecast tonight, we expect a light freeze, roughly from north of Silsbee up towards Tyler, Jasper, northern Newton counties, as you can see. I fully expect maybe a 28, 29 up towards Burkeville, Newton maybe a 29, 30. So temperatures right around 30. It's going to be a cold morning. And then Buna, Lumberton, back over to Kuntz, should see into the low to mid 30s, maybe a light freeze in spots. Here in the Triangle, don't expect a freeze. Maybe over towards Sour Lake, but in Jefferson and Orange counties, looks like about 34 to 39 across Jefferson and Orange counties with light winds. Now tomorrow is going to be a windy day across southeast Texas. We'll likely see winds gusting 25, maybe 30 miles an hour, and that will certainly warm us up. We're expecting highs into the mid to upper 60s, which is about normal for this time of year. Other mostly sunny skies across the area. Taking a look at your weather impact 7-day forecast. Again, Tuesday, your weather impact alert is forecast because of the high wildfire danger. That's going to be between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. We've talked about this. Breezy weather conditions. It's going to be windy tomorrow. Everything is dry. Vegetation is dry. We're talking grasses. We're talking brush. So we've got stuff to work with if a fire gets started. And then with the winds going to be gusting at 25 miles an hour with the low humidity, that would mean that the fires could spread rapidly from south to north because that's the wind direction. So again, the impact is a high wildfire danger coming up tomorrow across southeast Texas. As I said, also try to minimize activities that could generate sparks. Chains on maybe your boat hitch dragging the ground could create sparks. Try to keep hot vehicles off of dry grass. Let's see, what else? Do your lawn mowing early when it's cooler. So we want to keep things from flaring up, starting fires, and certainly don't flick your cigarette butts out. So that is your high wildfire danger threat coming up on Tuesday. Otherwise, Wednesday is not going to be as cool in the morning or as cold. We do expect lows again around 30 in the lakes to the mid to upper 30s in the Triangle. Beautiful afternoon tomorrow, just going to be windy. Even windier day coming up on Wednesday. Could see some wind gusts around 30 miles an hour under partly sunny skies ahead of a weak cold front that'll be coming in late on Thursday evening across southeast Texas. But again, not